I can't believe that you get nervous talking.
Yeah, I don't get nervous performing, but when it comes to like talking, I get really nervous. Because I have like a stutter, and I get embarrassed with that.
Yeah.
But like sometimes it's hard to like because my brain's going like 50 miles per hour,
Yeah.
and like I'm like, okay, what do I say now? Like I like what am I like what like
Yeah.
it's
To
it's
me, it
always.
happens because of when I came to America and then I started learning English.
Mhm.
I would have that a little bit of that where I'm trying to think and I'm thinking double because I'm thinking in Spanish and then I have to think in English and then I have to say it. So I would like get stuck. And it got better, I guess, in college after you have to talk and talk and talk. It got a little bit better. But when I see you perform, it's like you have no problem. So
Yeah, I always get that because like I would mention like yeah, like I'm scared of talking sometimes, and they're like really, I'm like yeah, dude, it's especially like public speaking, like I can't
mhm.
like I it just makes me so nervous, like oh my god.
But most people are afraid of that. Why do you think you're afraid of that? If you like to perform, why are you like,
It's just I've just been like when I was little, like 6 or 7, like I remember I would just like would love to perform in front of people, like a crowd, and just like sing. And yeah, and it was always been my passion. So being able to do that, and doing it in front of people, like I really enjoyed doing that. But when it came to public speaking, like for example, like when I went to high school back in Tampa, we would sometimes have to do like public speaking or like doing a slideshow. I would like freeze up. Like cause like I can't, sometimes I can't like form words sometimes. Like I just like, I'm like, what do I say? And like, yeah, but I'm getting better at it. Like now since I've been doing like interviews since this whole music career has started for me, since I've been doing like some interviews, I've gotten better at it.
yeah. Well, I think the beauty of it is that now it doesn't even, it almost doesn't matter anymore. I think we like the original version of the person more than the interview version of the person. Does that happen to you? Like, it happens to me, like
Yeah, it
most
happens
of,
to me sometimes.
yeah. And it's like I want to be so genuine, but then something in the back of your head, I don't know why, when you're because you are talking, but you're also like performing. Because like I told you, people want to sound smart,
Yeah.
so they're saying all these things. Now, when you go on stage and you perform, what is it about that first like 3 minutes, like the first song? How does that feel?
Like before I go on stage, like a flip switches in my brain. Like, okay, it's like performing time. Like I'm a completely different person. When I walk up on that stage, I'm like, all right, let's do this. Like, let's pretend it's gonna be like your last show. You gotta make it big, no matter what. Basically, that's it.
Yeah.
Like you got like I have that mindset. Like, okay, this is gonna be your last show. Make it absolutely amazing. Make it where people will never forget it. Um, no, yeah, like performing, going back on like the performing as a kid. Like I remember when I was a little kid. Like I literally talked about this on the last interview. Like when because we have a beach house back in Tampa. Like I would go downstairs and like I would just walk around the beach while my family is like on the other side. I would just walk like random people and they would be like, and I would be like, hey, my name is Gabriella Valdes and I like performing and here is how I sing. I would like randomly like sing in front of these random people and they'll be like, oh my God. And then my parents are like, get your ass over here. Like, come on, come over here. Because they're really petrified because I'm like talking to not talking, like singing in front of like random strangers. They're like, come on, like come over here. Like, they'll be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry and all that stuff. Like I just vividly remember that as a kid and like just
How old
looking
were you?
like 6 or 7.
Mhm.
So I vividly remember that and like now looking back I'm like, wow, that's crazy how I've been doing that since 6 or 7. That's
Yeah.
crazy. But yeah, like I also remember because when I was 6 or 7, my dad would sometimes play piano at our house, like our old house in Tampa, and he would sometimes play it, and I would just notice him, be like, "Hey, what are you playing?" And he was like, "Oh, this and that." And I'll just sing along with him, and like literally, that's when I knew that I wanted to do this. Like I wanted to be a singer. I wanted to be an artist, and just ever since then, I've just been trying to make it big.
So when was the first time you stepped into like a recording studio to actually like work on a song for you?
I think the first time with a song, I think it was I recorded my first song in the studio when I was probably 10 or 11 because I was a part
Wow.
of a singing and dance group back in Tampa. I started doing it when I was like 6, 7, or 8, and sometimes we would have to like record stuff for like, the tracks that we are singing, and they would ask like the kids like, oh, like sing this part, oh, sing that part, and they would just ask me to record like a snippet of me.
But when did you actually went to do like a solo, like your own song? How was that process of getting to that?
I think I was 15. At first, I was like, oh my God, I've been always wanting to do this. This is amazing. And like, when it first happened, I was like, oh my God, I want to be here forever. Like, this is like amazing. I love the recording studio.
Yeah.
But yeah, 15, I think. Definitely 15.
Do you like it better like going to the studio and recording or going on stage and performing?
That's a hard question. That's a hard question because I love both. I love both. I can't choose. I can't choose. But both of them, like, I absolutely love doing.
Yeah.
Like, that's probably my two favorite things. What I love about this artist type thing that's been going on
Yeah.
and stuff and
Well,
singing.
you're finishing the album, the new album. It's done, mastered. Now you're going on promotion. Tell me about that process, and because you just finished something, how does it feel now? How long did you spend like working on this project, and what are your feelings like right now, where you're about to like share it with everyone?
It feels absolutely amazing because, like, I've always, as a kid, I've always thought, oh my God, one day I'm gonna make like an album. Like it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. And like seeing it now, I'm like, oh my God, I did that. You know? And it took probably like a year to make. Probably. The first song I remember was Out of Control. We had to change my style a bit because at first it was more rock and blues, and we had to modernize that a bit.
Why is that?
Cause like I don't know, cause for some odd reason, the music that I was putting out, like the rock and blues stuff, it wasn't going on radios. It wasn't picking up anything. You
But
know.
do you love it though?
I love it. I love it. I love it. But for some reason, to put your music and how do you phrase this?
To like go mainstream?
To go mainstream, you gotta modernize your stuff a bit. I feel like, especially my age group, because not a lot of my age group listens to like
Yeah.
rock.
But I feel like you're like an old soul because
Yes.
when we met at that event, and then I went and checked out your songs, and I was like, oh my God, this girl has a voice of like nobody else. And then I went and saw you perform at the City Hotel, and it was like, it's almost like you are someone who has been through a lot in her life, and you have this voice that is so deep and like an old woman. Like you have an old soul. Like you're not a kid singing like when you're on stage. You have like a depth to it. And I understand the commercial side of it. Like I live in that world all the time. Like we have to put out content and we have to look at what people like, and you want to be a big star, so of course you have to modernize. But I wonder, is there like a place in between how are you accepting, okay, this is what people like, this is what I want? Is there a balance there? Are you going all in to go for the mainstream, or are you trying to keep a little bit of what you like? How are you thinking about that process?
When we were making the album, I was telling myself, like, we gotta at least put like a little bit of what I did, because like we just gotta, because my fans, the reason why they followed me is because of that stuff. And I still want to show people that music that they love, like my fans that they love. And some of the songs that I've written on the album, because there's some songs that I didn't write, but there's some songs that I did that showcase a lot of the old sound that I had. And I was really happy I was able to put those songs on the album, because there was one that wasn't supposed to be on the album, but I was like, hey, listen, we gotta put this one on the album because people are loving this one, because I posted it. This one was called one of the songs was called Pushin', and I put it on my Instagram and on my TikTok, and people were like, oh my god, this one's so good, like you gotta put this out. And at the time it wasn't on the album. It wasn't. And I was like, guys, we gotta give the fans what they want, you know? We gotta put this song on the album, and we ended up doing it. And I was so happy I was able to, because it showcases my old sound, and I love that. And for all the songs, like we put like snippets of my old
Of
my
that old soul. Yeah, you need that, Vella. Like, you have to
Yeah.
bring that out because I think that's very unique from you. So, do you take influence from anyone specific? Like, who's like your hero when it comes to singing?
Oh, I have a bunch.
Yeah.
I will have to say Etta James, Billie Holiday, Amy Winehouse, Janis Joplin. Um,
Yeah, I definitely get Amy Winehouse vibes from your
I
music.
get that, yeah, people say that a lot. It's so
Yeah.
funny. um, Definitely Aretha Franklin, Freddie Mercury, just a bunch of those classics, you
Yeah.
know.
Now with Amy Winehouse, she had like a terrible story and everything that happened and all that. Were how did you feel when that was happening, when that was going down? Were you like, how old were you when like she died?
Well, I was like very, very young.
Yeah.
Cause like, wait, when did she die? Like, what year? I don't remember.
Don't remember the exact year. Have you seen her documentary?
Yes, it was the one with Amy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I like cried. It was,
I cried.
it was wow. It was wow. No, yeah, her story was very, very heartbreaking.
Yeah.
She surrounded herself with like so many bad people, especially the boyfriend and the dad. Mm-mm. I'm never letting that stuff happen to me ever.
No. So you're really lucky that you have your dad and
Mm-hmm.
he's always there pushing you and helping you. Like, you're very fortunate that you have that. I don't have my dad here in America. I haven't had my dad here for over a decade now.
I'm sorry.
I'm still in touch with him. Like,
Okay.
he's in Cuba. Tell me about your relationship with your dad.
Aw.
And he's
No,
sitting
I
right
don't know
there.
about that. Well, I mean, he influenced my music taste. I remember I would be in the car driving to school, and like he would play like all these classics. Like I remember, oh my God, I remember because I was in a Catholic school, and I vividly remember, this is such a funny story. He would play like Highway to Hell in front of the priest, and it was hilarious. Hilarious. And like he would play Slipknot,
No
driving
way.
the car. Yes, it was so funny. But like me and him, we always had sort of a bond for music, because like he influenced me with classic rock, blues, basically who I am as an artist today. You know, because not because of that music. Because of that music, I am that artist today, and I'm just forever grateful for that.
Yeah.
Um,
What about your relationship like outside of music? How does that dynamic work? 'Cause he's a little bit of a hot-headed dude.
yeah, he really is. No, we get along very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have like a little like bickering, which is funny. Like we joke around a lot. Like we definitely joke around a lot. We always laughs, shits and giggles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you right now you live here in LA and all that? How was that transition coming from Florida, moving here with your dad and all of that? How has that experience like kind of changed you?
It was definitely hard moving from Florida to LA because it's very different. Like Florida and like LA are completely the complete opposite. Like I feel like like Tampa's more laid back, and LA's like move, 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 move. You need to do this. Well, move, move, move.
Yeah.
You know, like I feel like whenever I go back there, it's like a vacation. You know what I'm saying? But then when here, like it's like you got
Yeah, you gotta get to work.
you gotta get back to work. Yeah, it was definitely hard leaving my friends and family behind, especially my mom, my sister, and my twin brother. It was like really hard, and my friends, because at the time when I was moving, it was my junior year of high school, and I was just about to be a senior, and leaving my friends was hard, but I had to do what I love. Like I had to move out here to make music.
Was it your decision, or did you have to convince your dad to like go do this, or was he pushing you to like, hey, you got a child, let's do it?
So we had to sit down and talk about it because the label was like, hey, I think it would be better if your daughter moved out here. We're like, okay, let's talk about this, if we should do this. And we ended up doing it. But it was, when I got signed, we had to like had a lot of conversations about it because it was a big deal. Like this was my first like record label, and like it was crazy. So we had to sit down a lot and talk about this like big change, you know, because it's really big.
So how does it work? And I'm asking this question for new artists that are trying to get signed and hoping that that happens for them. I know it's not like a magical one. They come and they make you famous and they give you a bunch of money and now you're a singer. Like I know it doesn't work like that. So talk a little bit about that, starting with the label. What does that entail? What's the process like?
So when they first found me, it was actually through TikTok.
Okay.
And I remember it was Me and Mr. Jones, the Amy Winehouse song.
Okay.
And they reached out to us and we're like, oh my God, we love your daughter. We would want you to fly out here for a week and we have a couple of songs for you.
So how many followers did you had at the time?
At the time, I had, I think, 1,000,
1,000 followers.
10,000, I think.
10,000.
10,000, I think. I actually really don't remember, but it was somewhere on like the low.
And was that video like blowing up and getting like a bunch of views or just
Oh yeah,
random?
it was. But what really took me off was this cover I did, Icy Red, which got like
Yeah.
42 million views.
On TikTok?
Yes, and it was 9 million likes. It was crazy, crazy. And that's when like I literally got like 1 million followers and like just because of that video.
Just because of one
Just
video.
because of that video.
I mean, you did crush it. I play the music video a lot on YouTube. You did really good on that song.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
How did you like tell me about that then? Like were you just like planning to do that or
So during that time, it was a pandemic. I was back in like 2020. I was bored out of my mind because we had to stay at our homes. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make a TikTok and I'm gonna be doing covers just for fun. And I would do these covers in like the back of my house, like it was like in at a pool deck that we had. Like you would see like the scene of like the palm trees, just to not tell like you're in Florida and stuff. It's just funny. But I would do these covers, like outside, and people loved it. Like absolutely loved it. And like one day I was like, oh my God, this song Icy Red is going really viral on TikTok. Why not me give a go on this song? Like, let me put my own spin on it, you know? Because I didn't see a lot of people cover this song because I know the sound was viral on TikTok, but I haven't seen no one cover the song. And after I covered it, people started doing it. It became like a trend. But I remember like overnight it got like 2 million like likes.
Wow.
It was just like so overwhelming because I would get like 100,000 a day, like 200,000, 300,000, 400,000, 500,000.
How did you
Like I
feel?
was like what is going on? This is like crazy. Like I was like in shock because like I would have never thought this would happen.
Was that before or after the label?
This was this was at, like during the time that I started becoming like a part of the label. Actually, wait. This was when I wasn't signed to them, but like I was thinking of signing to them.
That's the best time ever.
Yeah. But yeah, it was so surreal to me because I've always wanted this. I always wanted my voice to be heard
Yeah.
throughout everywhere, and seeing that was like absolutely amazing. I loved it. Like
How did your friends react to that?
they're like, "Oh my gosh, she's going viral! Oh my god!" Yeah, like it was. Everyone was freaking out. Like my whole family was like, "Oh my god!" Like I literally saw you on my For You page. Oh my god! And then not only that is, I get noticed in public,
On the street?
like on the street. Like I remember, like this was actually in Tampa. Like I was just going in Urban Outfitters and like I was gonna get something, and and the cashier was like, "Wait, you're Vella, aren't you?" I was like, "You know me?" I was like, "You know me?" And like she was like, "Yeah, I know you. You're the girl that sang Icy Red." And I was like, and then like I was like, "What? Like people are not noticing me in public now? Like this is crazy." And then another thing that happened was I was in Venice with my mom. Like my mom like was freaking out when this happened. Like this guy rolled down his window while driving. He was like, "You're Bella," and rolled back down the window. And I was like, "What just happened?" And my mom was like freaking out because she was like, "Oh my god, what was that?" And stuff. And I was like, "Oh my god, no!" It's crazy how people like know me. Like it's so surreal. Like I was like, I'm like, dude.
Is that something that you always wanted, like to
Oh
be
yeah,
famous?
always. Ever since I was
Yeah.
a wee little girl.
Why?
Cause it was just like it was like a passion of mine ever since. Like I just always been there, you
Yeah.
know.
Isn't it strange how you have that feeling since you were a kid and how other people might see that as a bad thing? And to me, I see it as like you need that. Like if you don't have that desire to be recognized, it's almost like you're missing something that is necessary to be able to go through the hard work of like doing all the work that you have to do to actually be recognized. I remember one of my friends, I used to like do music when I was a teenager too.
Really?
Yeah, I
Oh
used
my
to,
God.
in Havana, I used to rap. We had a boy band, the whole thing. Because I've always loved music. I realized early on that I like visual things more, so that's why I went with film. But you know, we had our music video. We were
Oh
like
my god, I can't even
14.
imagine.
You're not gonna see it. We were like 14, and my one of my best friends, that's something that we used to talk about a lot. It's like we needed that, and I see that you have that. Like when I saw you perform, like I could tell like she has the it. Do you think that that is something that can be taught? Can you pass that on to people?
I mean, people say no, people say yes.
What do you think?
I mean, it's either you're born with it or not.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I think. But it can't. I feel like it can be taught, but at the same time, I feel like a certain part definitely has to be born with
Yeah,
it.
you have to be born with it. In your case, you grew up in Havana. Your dad is Cuban, like you have that in you. Tell me about that side of life.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Like when I always come back to Tampa, to Florida. Like sometimes we would visit our family in Miami, and it's just like a warm hug to me because seeing them makes me so happy and just reminds me of like my amazing culture. Like it's so cool, you know? Like I would love the food, I would love the dancing, I would love just everything, you know? Like I remember we would go there for New Year's in Miami and just like have such a fun time. Because I feel like us Cubans always have the best time.
Yeah,
Like,
we do.
like we do. We always have the best time, and I absolutely love that, you know? Um, but yeah, that's another thing that I miss about Florida is my family. Because just like, yeah, and I would always remember loving like my abuela's food, like just love the little Cuban dishes that she would make for me, and I just miss that sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, I really do miss that.
Well, now you have some more Cubans here in California, and it
Yeah.
was hilarious. We met at that red carpet, and it was like, "Oh, you're Cuban, you're Cuban,
You're Cuban?
Ah! And then we all start screaming, and we start dancing on the red carpet and all that. That was really fun. So now you have been here in LA for a while, and things are picking up for you. You have the new album coming up. What are you excited about? And no, forget that question. That's a boring question. What are you nervous about?
What I'm nervous about? Probably what my fans would think of this album. Because it's very, what should I call it? It's very different to what I normally did, mind you. Like it was mostly like blues and rock. But now it's more modernized, like another twist to it. Which I'm like curious about how these people react.
Are you afraid they're not gonna like it?
Oh no, I don't think so.
You think they're gonna
I
like
think
it?
they're gonna love it either way. But I'm nervous on how people are gonna think about it. But I feel like people are really gonna love this album.
Do you have someone that you work with that you know, like that person that you have a song ready and you want to know whether it's good or not, and you send it to them? Like, do you have anyone like that in your career, like in your life? Not really.
Wait, say that question again.
Yeah, I'm wondering if you have that friend or that person that you look up to, that when you have a song and it's ready, you might feel like it's good, but then you have that person that you can send it to that they're gonna tell you straight whether it's good or not, whether you're like you could do better or not. Like, do you have that person?
My dad.
Your dad?
Yeah, because I feel like he does know best about that.
Yeah, and he tells you straight, like,
Oh, he tells me straight up. He's like, especially whenever I do covers and stuff, I'm like, hey, what do you think of this? Like he'd be like, oh, that's good. But then like he'd be like, oh, like mess with the audio a bit, and then it'll be all correct and stuff. And then he would also do that with my originals also, because sometimes he would even go to the recording studio and would say some stuff. But definitely him, and I always go to my friends too, because they're my age, and I want my age group to love these songs, because that's the goal. Like I want people my age to like these songs, because I have like a variety of like age in my fans, but most of them are older. Some of them are, most of the time they're older, and I want to reach my audience, like my age group. And so sometimes I go to my friends and be like, hey, what do you think of this song from the album? And they're like, oh my God, like I would listen to this on the radio. I listen to this, which is great.
Why do you want to like get the younger audience? It's just like to feel that you're getting like the young people?
Just to be able, so I can, it's just like being able to relate to them more, like them to relate to me more, you know, and just have like a variety of like audience, you know. But yeah, for sure.
So when you go and you perform live, what is the like your favorite part of that experience when you get to sing in front of people?
Definitely when the crowd is like wanting more, and like they're just like going all crazy and stuff, and just like feeling the music. Like what I feed off of is the audience energy. Like if it's off, I mean, it all depends on the energy, you know? Like if the energy is good, you best believe it's gonna be insane. Because I remember I did a show in Bozeman, Montana, and it was absolutely insane. The energy was so amazing, and what was so cool about it is that it was a variety of age. Like there would be like older people, people in college, people in high school, like kids, which was like so cool to see, and everyone was loving it. And like the energy was absolutely insane. Like people like would like fan me like up on the stage, and like he would throw like roses. Like I remember this girl gave me a bouquet of like roses and this little rock. It was, and it said Vella rocks.
Wow.
So cute, and I loved it. I will never forget that moment. It was, and then I signed people's chest after the show, which was really fun. It was really funny, which was so cool to do. It's just the whole energy, like in that place, was just like,
Top.
oh, like it was like crazy, crazy, crazy.
What's your favorite song to perform live?
That's a hard question. I definitely think on that one. When I definitely do like Scout That Stars. I love performing that song live. People really love that song. And definitely Out of Control. Those two songs I really like performing live. People just love that song.
Yeah. What about in studio? What's like the one that you feel that you were able to like get it like perfect, that you're like, fuck, this is like fire.
Let me think. It was one of the songs from the album. It was called like "How Does It Feel." When I first heard it, it was definitely like my older stuff. So I was like, "Oh, I got this! Like I got this on like the T." So when we recorded it, it was like a piece of cake. It took us like 2 hours to do. Like it was just like done. You know. That was definitely one of the songs that was like a piece of cake to do.
Did you write that one? No, someone wrote it. What's your favorite that you have written?
It was definitely this. It was Pushin' and this other song called Problem. So Pushin' is about this guy. Oh my god, this guy that like that was not taking the hint and stuff. So I wrote the song. I like wrote a song about it, which was Pushin'. And Problem was about my my ex. After like the breakup and stuff, and I wanted people with these two songs. I wanted people to relate to these two songs because like both of these situations happen a lot. Like guy won't take a hint, a breakup song, you know.
And when the guy won't take a hand, help me with my English here. It's like you like the guy, but he doesn't realize that you like him.
No, you don't like the guy, but
Oh,
he likes
you don't like the guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the guy that can't take a hint that you don't like him, and you're like, you know what? Like, it's time to step away, step away. But I wrote a song about it, and I'm not gonna name it.
Tell me about this guy. Don't name names. Tell me a little bit about this situation.
No, because I feel bad because he's actually still one of my friends. But
Did he take the hint after the song?
he hasn't heard it yet. He hasn't heard
Okay.
it yet. But I feel like once he hears, I'm like, oh wait, is this song about me? And then I'll be like,
Well, you want him to get the hint, no?
I mean, he already did because I
Yeah.
told him I was like, okay, no,
Over.
goodbye.
Yeah. Well, I guess that situation is a little bit better than going through a breakup.
Yeah, for sure. No, yeah.
So,
Yeah, that was definitely like after the breakup that I went through, it was definitely like a really, really messy one. Like a really, really messy one. And I was like, you know what, I have to write this down. Like I have to. So that's what I did with the Problem. I was like, you know what? like, because at the time, the breakup, I was in Tampa, and I was like, you know what? Like, in 2 days, I'm flying out to LA. We're going straight to the studio. Like, once I go over there. So that's what I did. Like, I called up one of my writers, I'm like, hey, we are gonna freaking write this song about my ex. We're going to. And they're like, on it. And yeah, and we were.
What's the hook on that one? What's like your favorite little piece of writing on that song?
It was definitely the chorus was fun to write because the lyrics are like, I'll pretend that you were never there, erase your photos like I never cared, which I feel like is definitely relatable during like, you know, breakups and stuff because you have like so many memories and stuff, but you don't want to like think of that because like this person like literally broke your heart and messed you up big time and you don't want to think of that, you know. So I definitely put that thought forward for the chorus because I was like, you don't want to, I'm done with you, I'm done with this, goodbye. But it was definitely, the writing process was interesting because I was telling this writer the whole story of this breakup. I was like, hey, this is what happened, and this is what happened, and like we're like, okay, let's write this, and yeah.
Did it help you kind of feel better by putting that on writing? And
Oh, for sure. It's like, I always say it's like music is such therapy for me because you can just like right away. Like it's just like, and it's just there, you know? And just all my feelings and my thoughts, just put in a song.
do you feel now? Because now you have to sing the song. So you want to like delete all your pictures like you never existed, but now it's like I wrote this song and now it's like, yeah, now do you think about the person like every time that song comes on?
I mean, of course. I mean, the song is about,
So you're torturing yourself.
I mean, I'm not, I mean, what I say is I'm already over this person. So like, it's just, it doesn't torture me anymore. But I feel like to me, this song is like a comeback. Like I'm like, listen, like I'm done with you. Like it's over. And I feel like that's like so like really empowering too, because you're done with this person after they messed you up big time. And being able to write that in a song, I feel like that was amazing to me because I'm like, now when this person hears this song, they're gonna feel like absolute shit. Like they're like, wow, like this is actually like real. Like this person like put thought into this, you know? And you know, this person when they hear this song is probably be really like, wow. But yeah, I feel like it's just whenever I sing it, I feel so empowered because I'm just like, listen, I'm done with you. Go live your life. I don't care. Goodbye.
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 Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure that person is not the only one that is gonna listen to that song over and over. It's the thing with breakups, man. Like,
Yeah.
it's funny how I have the one breakup song that I really like. It's Post Malone, Over Now.
Yeah.
I fucking love that song. It's so powerful and it kind of encapsulates how I was feeling. The music is so freaking powerful. Because the same way you have those breakup songs, like for that moment, you also have like the love songs that connect with you. Do you have you had that experience of like really being in love with someone and like having that?
I mean, I remember when me and my ex were together, I would write these love songs about.
Is that the same person that you wrote the other one?
Yeah.
Okay, tell me about this, Bella.
Yeah.
This is getting interesting. Tell me about this love song.
So I wrote this love song. It's actually an unreleased one. I wrote this one with Macy Gray. It was like it was an a cappella song. So it's like it was let me think I remember how it sounds. It's like she makes my heart go boom boom. Make my temperature rise and down. I wanna love her. Yeah, it was like It was like such like a little cute, like little cheesy
happy.
little acapella, like happy type song. And now thinking of that, I'm like, oh, I was really in deep. I was really in deep. Um,
Are you the like very romantic type?
oh
Like you
yes.
fall
Oh my
hard?
God, I fall hard, hard, hard. Like when I was with this person, I was like head over heels. But looking back on that, I was like, oh my God, I wasted so much time on this person.
But I don't see it as a waste if you were really in love.
Yeah,
Because
that
think
is
about it,
true.
it's funny, like when you are in love, it's so much about the other person
Mm-hmm.
as much as it is about you.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're the one experiencing the love that you have for that person.
Mm-hmm.
And this is something that one of my friends kind of helped me realize. I recently went through a divorce and I got married at 21. I was married for like 9 years, almost 10 years. And then my life completely changed. And then I got into this new world of like, well, now dating another person and like all of that. And my friend said something that was really interesting. When you're going through problems with, like, imagine loving someone, but you don't really feel that the person is loving you the same
That
way.
was my situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my situation. It was always like I gave my 110% while this person gave 50%.
Yeah.
Which I had to deal with that, and it was
Yeah.
heartbreaking.
Yeah.
And I was giving all my time and effort. And mind you, I was in LA and this person was in Tampa at the time. And it was hard being distanced to each other. Like, but this person ended up being a real douchebag.
Yeah.
Ended up hooking up with the person that I was worried about like a week later after the break. Oh, it was all over the place.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was crazy. But you know what? Like I don't think of that stuff anymore because it's just like it was in the past. Don't gotta deal with it now. Don't gotta deal with it no longer.
Yeah.
It's done in the past.
Yeah.
But
You also live and learn,
yeah.
but hopefully that doesn't keep you from doing the same or going after the same level of love for someone else.
Yeah.
But something that it's really difficult when you're in love and then something like that happens. The next time around, you're gonna be like, you're gonna guard your heart.
Yeah. That's exactly what's gonna happen to me.
But I hope it, I hope you are aware of it. And while you're protecting your heart, you also give yourself the chance to fall in love again and love hard because the person that is coming next, they deserve like 100% of your love and you deserve it. Like this is the realization that my friend was helping me see. It's like when you're loving this other person, you are the one having the experience. So like don't even worry about what the other person is doing
Yeah.
because at the end of the day you are enjoying your feelings while you're having them
Exactly.
with that person. Now protect yourself and be aware and know like if someone doesn't deserve you they should not get your time and your attention 100%.
Oh, for sure.
But allow yourself to, man, like being in love is so amazing.
It is amazing. It's such a great feeling. Like yeah, but this person was my first love, and like it was just like so surreal and stuff. Because I've been with a couple of people before, but this person like really did take a toll on me as a person. And like honestly, the whole relationship made me learn. I'm like, damn, like it's like this is this is gonna at some point it's gonna happen, but like how do you put this? I just realized that I deserved so much better, in general. And I feel like the bare minimum, like even this person wasn't even giving like the bare minimum, and I feel like I shouldn't even be like settling. It should be more, and like
I know exactly how
you
you
know
I
you
know
like,
exactly
what I'm
how
saying?
you
It should be
feel.
more than like the bare minimum. And I had to, I mean, there's even times I wasn't even getting the bare minimum at all. So one day when I get that, it's gonna feel so amazing and I can't wait for that, you know? And I can't wait to write the love songs again. But then if they cross me, I'm gonna do the breakup song. They'll breakup song me. Yeah. Yeah, music, is definitely therapy for me when it comes to
all of that.
situations and just life, you know?
But what about being an artist and having like your big Instagram account, your big TikTok account? Does that get in the way or does that help? Like how for relationships and like you thinking of dating and all that, how do you mix your career with that?
I mean, like, right now, I'm not focusing on a relationship right now because I need to, like, focus on my own shit,
Yeah.
you know? But if there is a come to time, I don't want this person to be with me just because I have this amount of following or something. I just want them
Because they
to
want,
love me for me, you know, not just.
which is gonna get harder and harder
Yeah, it
because
is.
like as you grow with your career,
Yeah.
more people are going to know who you are. And also you want someone that can handle all of that because you're going to be traveling, you're going to be meeting so many other people, doing photo shoots, like working. You need a dude that can actually like be ready for that.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we need to help. If any guy comes and talks to you, well, you got your dad, so he got you covered. But if you need someone to filter whether someone's good or not, let me know. Like we'll check him out, make sure he's good, slap him around.
Just slap him around. It's like,
Yeah.
oh my god.
So now, what do you got with the new album? What do you got planned? Like, you going to do shows? We have the party tomorrow with the release. Like, tell me about everything you got going on.
So, yes, we're having an album release party tomorrow, which I'm super excited about. It's gonna be so exciting. But yeah, I'm gonna do some shows around here, which I'm really excited about. I'm doing one Hotel Ziggy again.
Again, okay.
I'm doing the Viper Room, which is
Wow.
a dream. I've always been one to do the Viper Room, like ever since I was a kid. Like I always wanted to perform there, so doing that is gonna be so surreal. But yeah, I'm like super excited for the shows. We're definitely gonna promote the songs more because I'm just gonna push through on like all these songs because I really think these songs are amazing and I really want the world to hear them, you know, and show how amazing this album is, you know.
Well, thank you so much, Vella, for coming and talking with me and telling me about everything that you're doing.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like this episode, check out this other episode with my friend Jimmy. He's also a singer and musician. I think you're going to love his episode. And like always, share the episode with a friend, and we'll see you back on the next one.